Okay, I get it. Someone liked my Instagram story from 3 days ago. My mom commented LOL on Facebook, and apparently I have 47 unread messages on WhatsApp. But what if I told you that your great-great-grandparents in internet years were dealing with completely different social media platforms? Platforms so forgotten, they make Tumblr look like it's thriving. 10 social media platforms that died so Instagram could run. Today we're taking a trip down digital memory lane to talk about the social media platforms that your older cousins won't shut up about at Thanksgiving. Pour one out for the fallen apps, folks. Let's get into it. 6 degrees. Alright, let's start at the very beginning. The year is 1997. Spice Girls are topping the charts, Tamagotchis are dying left and right, and some guy named Andrew Weinreich is about to invent social media. 6degrees.com, literally the first social networking site ever. And yes, it was named after the 6 degrees of separation theory, which is way more intellectual than naming your app after a photo filter. Andrew Weinreich even got a patent for this and earned the title Father of Social Networking, which is a flex, but also means he's responsible for every cringy Facebook post your uncle makes, so thanks for that, Andrew. Cause of death? Ran out of money. Turns out being first doesn't mean you'll be profitable. 6 Degrees shut down in 2001, but not before setting the blueprint for literally every platform that came after. The original trendsetter that got 0 credit. MSN Messenger. Now we're getting into the nostalgic territory. If you were a 2000s kid, you know what's coming. This was the app from 1999 to 2013. You haven't lived until you've spent 45 minutes crafting the perfect angsty away message with lyrics from My Chemical Romance. MSN Messenger had it all. Instant messaging, Duo, customizable emoticons that you definitely downloaded sketchy files to get video calls before Zoom made them corporate and depressing. And those custom statuses where you could passive-aggressively communicate your feelings to your crush. You could also control who could see you online, which was basically the prehistoric version of leaving someone on read. Cause of death? Microsoft replaced it with Skype in 2013, RIP to the only place where nudge was an acceptable form of communication. Friendster. Okay, pop quiz. Before Facebook helped your mum find her high school boyfriend and ruin your family, what did people use to find old friends and potential dates? Launched in 2002, Friendster was like if LinkedIn and Tinder had a baby, but make it 2000s cringe. This platform was huge. We're talking 115 million users at its peak after it was sold to an Asian internet company in 2009. Friendster was doing pretty well until it wasn't. The platform had constant technical issues. Like, imagine if Instagram just stopped loading your feed every single day. Users got fed up and left faster than your dad leaving to get milk. Cause of death. Death by lag. The app literally couldn't handle its own success. MySpace. Oh boy. Here we go. Time to talk about the platform that millennials will not stop bringing up. Launched in 2003, MySpace was the social media platform before Facebook showed up and stole everyone's data. I mean, hearts. At its peak, MySpace had 80 million users. For context, that's like if everyone in Germany suddenly decided to have a heavily customized profile with an auto-playing Fall Out Boy song.
Roll in case God doesn't show.
MySpace was iconic for profile customization. You could make your page look like a unicorn threw up on it, and we loved it. Music sharing. Hello, Arctic Monkey's career. The legendary Top 8 Friends feature choosing your top 8 was more stressful than Game of Thrones. Friendships were ended over top 8 placement. If you got demoted from someone's top 8, that was a declaration of war. And let's not forget Tom, everyone's first friend, the only man who was in literally everyone's top 8, the ultimate wingman, a legend. Cause of death? Well, it's technically still alive, but it's like that houseplant you forgot to water. Facebook and Twitter came along, and MySpace just faded into obscurity. Now it's basically a music platform that no one remembers. MySpace walked so Facebook could run straight to Congress to testify about data privacy. Orkut. Time for a platform that Americans have probably never heard of, but if you're from India or Brazil, you're about to get emotional. This was Google's first attempt at social media, launched in 2004. And honestly, it was kind of a hit, just not in America. While Americans were busy poking people on Facebook, Indians and Brazilians were living their best lives on Orkut. Orkut was so popular in India that it became part of the culture. Having an Orkut profile was a must. It was the digital equivalent of having a flip phone. Cause of death? Facebook. Just Facebook. Google tried, but Zuckerberg said, "Not today." Orkut shut down in 2014, but it lives on in the hearts of millennials who refuse to let it go. BBM. If you didn't have a BlackBerry in 2008, were you even cool? Let's talk about BBM, BlackBerry Messenger. The most exclusive social app because you literally had to own a BlackBerry to use it. BBM was peak early social media security. Everyone had a private BBM PIN, like a phone number, but make it mysterious. Video calls. Read receipts that you couldn't turn off. The trust was unprecedented. And messaging that felt faster than any other app at the time. At its peak, BBM had 43 million users. People were out here flexing their BBM PIN like they were exclusive club memberships. "Yo, what's your PIN?" was the pickup line of 2010. Cause of death? BlackBerry stopped making phones. And when the phones died, BBM died with them. It's like if Instagram only worked on one specific type of phone, it just doesn't make sense long term. Tumblr. Okay. Tumblr isn't dead. It's more like undead. A zombie app. It exists, but does it really? Launched in 2007, Tumblr was where internet culture was born. Memes started on Tumblr. Your sense of humor? Probably influenced by Tumblr. That one very specific aesthetic you're into? Definitely from Tumblr. Cause of death? Ish. In 2018, Tumblr banned adult content, and like 90% of the user base just left. Now it's a shell of its former self. Technically alive, but at what cost? Dailybooth. Before Instagram made everyone an influencer, there was Dailybooth. Launched in 2009, Dailybooth was all about posting daily photos with captions. Sound familiar? Yeah, Instagram basically said, "I'll take that idea, thanks." Dailybooth was poppin' for a hot minute. Even celebrities joined. But then, Instagram launched in 2010, and Dailybooth was like, "Welp, it was fun while it lasted." Cause of death. Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat showed up to the party, and Dailybooth couldn't compete. Lasted only 3 years. Speedrun champion of dead social media platforms. Google Buzz. Remember when Google tried to make social media happen? Inside Gmail. Yeah. Google Buzz. Launched in 2010, dead by 2011. This thing lasted 1 year. Google Buzz was basically a mini social network in your email inbox. You could share photos, videos, links, and status updates with your email contacts. Which sounds convenient until you realize it meant mixing your professional and personal life in the worst way possible. Imagine your boss seeing your 2 a.m. status update about your questionable life choices. That's Google Buzz. Cause of death? Google gave up after 1 year. They didn't even try to save it. just pulled the plug and pretended it never happened. Honestly, iconic behavior. Vine. Alright, time to talk about the one that hurts the most. Vine was launched in 2012 and gave us 6-second looping videos that defined an entire generation's sense of humor. Before TikTok, before Instagram Reels, there was Vine. And it was perfect. Vine stars were the OG influencers. King Bach, Logan Paul, before, Liza Koshy, David Dobrik, they all started on Vine. But in 2017, Twitter, who owned Vine, shut it down. Why? Because it wasn't making enough money and creators were leaving for YouTube where they could actually get paid. Cause of death? Corporate greed and the failure to monetize creators. Vine died so TikTok could do the exact same thing, but actually pay people. R.I.P. Vine. Gone, but never forgotten. Your legacy lives on in every TikTok trend that's just a Vine remake. So there you have it. 10 social media platforms that died so our current apps could learn from their mistakes, or just repeat them with better marketing. From 6 Degrees inventing the concept, to MSN Messenger's custom statuses, to MySpace's top 8 drama, to Vine's 6-second masterpieces, these platforms shaped the internet we know today. And here's the thing. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, they're not going to last forever either. One day, your kids are going to make a video just like this one, roasting you for spending hours on outdated apps like Instagram. The circle of digital life continues. So next time you're doom scrolling through TikTok at 3 a.m., remember, you're standing on the shoulders of giants. Giants with terrible UI design and even worse monetization strategies, but giants nonetheless. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you're a millennial who just had war flashbacks to your MSN Messenger username, drop it in the comments below. No judgment. Okay, maybe a little judgment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos where I roast things that used to be cool. And remember, today's TikTok is tomorrow's Vine. Live your best life while you still can. Oh, and if anyone from Google is watching, maybe stop trying to make social media happen. Google+, Google Buzz, just stick to search, buddy, that's your thing.